Hi, you guys. Wow, I look tired. Okay. Hi. Hi, you guys. Welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Galentine's Day. Whatever you guys want to call it. Thank you guys for joining me. So here's my special Valentine's Day edition, is that I have no gossip for you guys. I know, right? Like, there is nothing to report, either on the current season or the upcoming season. You just finished the latest episode of the broadcast or the show? I know, there's nothing to report. There was some update to the Jeffrey Paschal court shenanigans, but other than that, I don't know. Yeah, best part of your week. I'm doing this, Sarah, because you asked for it, Sarah Sunshine. You were like, please let there be a live tonight. No Valentine's Day meltdowns, I know. Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, what about the guy who has a history of DV in his past? That guy is Jeffrey. Jeffrey Paschal is his name. And he's got quite the extensive criminal history. There is a lot of court stuff happening right now. Yeah, don't get too excited about the tell-all, you guys. Because it's what they show in the previews is yeah. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. So that guy Jeffrey, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in his history. Sarcasm has been doing a lot of it. There's some with his ex, some with another ex. There's a lot of exes that are involved in these court hearings. I am not paying super close attention to it because I kind of stay involved with like stuff that's related to like fraud on the show. So so the stuff with him doesn't really, like, it's a lot of criminal history, but it doesn't necessarily relate to what's going on the show. So I don't spend that much brain power keeping up on it. So if you want to keep up with what's going on with that, Sarcasm is doing a really good job staying up on top of that. So I would go and see her page and see what she's got on it. I know there were some court hearings this month on several of his cases. Somebody gave me some court documents that relate to some of his past, like, divorce history, like some of the divorce decree stuff. I haven't read them, though. So, Angela acts like a trash pile, groundbreaking. Yeah, so what I know about the tell-all, so I've told you guys this before, whether you've been on the previews, or whether you've been on the lives with me or not, or we've talked about it some on the broadcast, sorry. Okay. So the tell-all is pretty kumbaya. So like what they're showing, they show there's previews that are making it look like it's explosive and stuff. All of my sources that have told me about the tell-all tell me that it's like a big fucking therapy session. Angela, as far as I can tell, is yelling at somebody in the audience. She doesn't go after any of the cast members. She doesn't get into it with cast members. I'll get into what I think Mike did. Hold on. Sorry. See, this is what happens when there's no news. Yeah, so Angela doesn't get into it with any cast members the way she has in the past. There's an audience. I know. That was news to me. There's an audience. Apparently there's been an audience. I don't know how you get to be an audience. So what did Mike do? originally suspected that he might have like stepped out on her, like while they were on a break. He went and saw somebody else. No, all this stuff about Mike hitting her, no. He didn't hit her. He didn't step out with somebody else. Is Mike an alien? It's possible. It is possible that Mike, yeah, exactly. He's on a break. No, we suspect that based on what I've heard from my sources and whatnot, my inside intel, that it was something that he said to her. There was this stuff on social media recently, about like, where like he said something and she's like, oh, well, I'm not a Ferrari, blah, 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 blah. And being that she's crazy pants, like she could have taken something that he said into a way that, the Ferrari, was she not, like, I don't know, not his standard, something like that. But we believe that it's something that he said, off camera. Yeah. It's not, he didn't hit her, he didn't cheat on her, he didn't go date somebody else or sleep with somebody else. We suspect it's something that he said. And if you guys are new to the 90-day world and this is your first, like, 90-day tell-all, the way that they edit the previews for the tell-all are always make it look much more explosive than it actually is. And I think that's even especially so the case with this is because everything that I've been hearing all season about the tell-all is that it's just completely kumbaya. And it's a fucking, like, love fest. Not complete love fest. I mean, but that it's, and that it's kind of like a therapy session. Like, they talk, they get stuff out, but there's just not a whole lot to it. So, yeah, this is the most boring season to me thus far, too. So, you guys asking about Robert and Annie, have they broken up? I haven't seen anything that says they've broken up. They're married. They have to stay married, for the purposes of her green card. They are filming. I don't know. Yeah, this maybe came out since last week. They are filming. Annie and Robert are filming for Happily Ever After. They're currently, like, they were seen filming last week. Well, not Chuck E. Cheese, but like a Chuck E. Cheese type place. It's called Monkey Joe's. But yeah. Jack, sorry. Look at my pictures. We have them there. Lipstick everywhere. A knockoff Chuck E. Cheese. Basically, same thing. Yeah. I don't know anything about Michael and Juliana. Probably they're as boring as they've been all season. As boring as their backgrounds are. Yeah. No, the latest I'm hearing about Caesar is that he's confirming Wright, Write, that he's supposed to be on Naked and Afraid, but I have not been able to and verify that from, like, the Discovery end. What about Bible Boy and his Kenyan girl from last season? The last I'd heard about Ben and Akini was he had just recently gotten back from Kenya. And her visa has not yet been approved. So, yeah. Tanya and Sinjin are filming for Happily Ever After. Yes, Naomi, about Larissa and Eric. Yes, they've been seen filming. Sorry I didn't respond to your DM. We know that they've been filming. They've been filming for a while. We know this. It's been news for 6 months, a year, I think, that we've known this is happening. So, yeah. So we're going to see Tanya and Sinjin. We're going to see Robert and Annie. Why do some of them visa take longer than others? Some of them take longer than others because just because of the countries they're from, how long the processing takes. Current processing times for U.S. visas is wildly variable. Hey, Sasha. Thought they were broken up. See, that's what you get for believing rumors. Oh, Larissa and Eric? Yeah, they are broken up. So I don't know what's being filmed with them. Either they're pretending to be together or they're not pretending to be together, but they are both filming together. We're going to see Jenny and Sumit on another season of The Other Way. And that storyline's going to center around Sumit's divorcing. Sasha, how come you're not with your wife for Valentine's? Are you done? Like, what'd you do for your wife for Valentine's? Isn't Eric gay? We don't know. Michael's was denied and his will continued to be denied due to the travel ban. Yes, we talked about it on one of the recent episodes. Oh, they posted. That's good. Mom, baby frauded, bought a bouquet of roses for his girlfriend, which was really cute, and a little stuffed animal and chocolates. So that was really cute. Good job, Sasha. I got a rose and a box of chocolates and a card. So HeteroLifeMate did good. But Sasha, have you gotten laid yet? That's the question. Have you gotten laid yet? You have to wait for the baby to be asleep for that, right? I don't have any updates on John and Rachel, sorry. Everybody got married except for Michael and Angela and Mike of the Aliens and Natalie. Yeah. Rebecca and Zied, I don't have any updates. I don't have any updates. I love Anfisa. It's your 30th wedding anniversary. Oh, you got married on Valentine's Day. Was that so he could remember? What's going on with Mike and Natalie? Well, she's here in the United States on a K1. Yes, Mike of the Aliens is here with Natalie, who's here on a K1 visa, and we are just waiting for their marriage certificate to turn up. So, yeah. Jorge's supposed to get out of jail, I think, this summer. I think he's slated to get out either like August-ish. Just lead it. I don't know. I think she has me blocked. I don't know. I don't pay attention to her. Did she ever do a psychic show? Kelly, what are you talking about? What are you asking me? Be more clear. Yeah, she's here. We have pictures. Yeah, she's totally a nutter. She's a complete nutter. And production says that too about her. Michael was denied because they doubt the veracity of the relationship is the reason he would have been denied for. And then, yeah, I mean, something about, we talked about this, we've talked about it on a couple of episodes. Okay, go work out, Sasha. We'll see you later, I'm sure. You'll pop back in. Go get laid. Probably after David goes to sleep. Yes, Chantel and Pedro are still together. We're going to see them on an upcoming season of Family Chantel. Because we're getting season 2 of Family Chantel. Yeah. He's hoping to get laid, right? There are no... Okay, somebody asked me if to make sure I read the questions before I answer them, because they catch up later in the question, whatever. Anyway, so the question is, will Darcy's sister ever be on the show? Answer is there's currently no plans for Stacy to be on the show. There's currently no plans in the works. Chantel or her mom must be sleeping with the right person to get a new show. Apparently the advertisers love it. They still get a lot of action. So thank you, Kelly. Episode 16 and 18 of the broadcast, Michael and Angela being discussed. Yeah, we go into it in detail. Our visa officer goes into detail and stuff about how all of the reasons why that is what it is. Do people... Yeah, apparently people do. Because when I expressed my absolute and utter shock and horror at the fact that this Family Chantel has been coming back, I was met with, advertisers love it. So there's people watching. So here's the thing, that there's a whole group of people who watch the show that have nothing to do with social media. I know for people like us, it's hard to believe, but there's a whole huge group of people that have nothing to, they don't come on social media, they don't watch, they don't look at Facebook, they don't look at Instagram, they don't look at any of that stuff. And they watch the show and are entertained by what the shows are on. So, I work with at least a few of them because they come and ask me questions at work. Yeah, so there's a huge group of people who watch Family Chantel, apparently. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, those people are missing out, yeah. Well, hopefully they'll, word of, the broadcast will get out. People who, don't have time necessarily, or, the old people like me and stuff that aren't into, into all the social media or whatever, but if they listen to the podcast, maybe bring them in that way, so share the podcast with your friends. I just found out today. So I was getting my kuka wax today. You guys who listen to our Patreon will probably know what that is. And my waxer lady was asking what I was doing tonight. And I told her, well, I'll be doing my Instagram stuff for my podcast and what. She's like, what do you do? And I told her, and she's like, I was like, yeah, my podcast is about 90 Day Fiancé. She's like, oh my God, I love that show. How did I not know this about you? And she's totally into it. And she's like, oh wait, do you know the people on the show? I'm like, well, I talked to them. I'm like, Ben and Akini from last season? And yeah. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, Ben's ex-wife is my co-host. And she's like, oh my God. And she's freaking out. Yeah. So I was like, and so she went to go follow my page and she saw that a bunch of her friends followed Frauded by TLC. I was like, well, now you can go tell them that you waxed my kuka every 4 weeks. No, Tim was never married to his ex. You knew you were being talked about. Hi, Hanakawa. Yep. Maybe she did that. Yeah, she was probably just laughing at nothing. Hanakawa laughs at literally nothing, you guys. Yeah. About the grading scale. Oh, God. Okay. Now you're getting just too far in the weeds, Kelly. We'll just save that for Hanakawa After Dark. We were talking about a grading scale for blowjobs on our Patreon this week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Shan, do I watch any other reality shows like Life After Lockup? Yes. I do watch a lot of other reality shows. We covered Life After Lockup and Married at First Sight on our Patreon. If you're interested in that, patreon.com/thefraudcast. You can hear our take on that for $3 a month. We do an episode a week about those shows, but I also watch stuff like 600 Pound Life and other shows and stuff too. How do you anywhere you get podcasts, search the Fraudcast. If someone can help Arlene help her find our podcast, that would be great. Thank you. Temptation Island, I don't watch. No. The podcast name is The Fraudcast. There is a link in my bio. Thanks, Kelly. Kelly is one of our moderators for the Patreon, and she's good at this stuff. Yeah. So in my bio, there's a link that has all of, like links to all of these things. If you're interested in our Patreon, there's a link there. Love After Lockup comes on WeTV, which is Friday nights at 9 o'clock on WeTV. Okay, so go to my bio, and there's a link. It's like a link tree. And you'll click on that, and it'll pull up a list of like, I think there's like 7 different links there. Follow it down to like the Fraudcast link, and you can click on that. That'll take you to it. Or if you want the Patreon, you just click on that one. Does that make sense? So yeah, if you go to my bio, there's a link there. Click on that. It'll take you to everything that you need. And it takes you to other episodes that I've done. Like I did a recap episode with Aaron Martin, and I did an interview with Mary Payne of Pain in the Pod. So that's up there. And I did an interview on like a medical one, about my MS. So if you're interested in that, that's on there too. I sit on the edge of my bed every live. I guess I'm on the edge. Yeah. And then I have these guys. So that's snack pack. And there's lunchbox. So... Rad Potato, whatever happened with Avery and her Walmart fires employee story, I don't know. I never followed up on it. I didn't care enough to. Yeah, welcome. You said you're new, Shan124. That's Snack Pack and Lunchbox. They're my they make appearances. They're you'll hear them on the podcast as well sometimes, because you hear the little jingle jangles. Sometimes, or sometimes you'll hear them barking or whatever. Omar's visa. Haven't heard anything lately, but he's in Syria, so that's one of the travel ban countries, so it'll get stopped. She did not go to Syria that I'm aware of. I don't know what Caesar's up to now. He's alleging that he's going to be on Naked and Afraid. But I don't know. It's my HeteroLifeMate t-shirt. Because it's HeteroLifeMate Day. Is most scripted? Well, it depends on the couple, and it depends on like sort of the situation. Like somebody like Paul and Karini, you don't need to script them. And like you don't need to script Paul and Karini. You strap a GoPro to his head, and you've got plenty. That got plenty. Yeah. So yeah. Is the Swan even still on? Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm sorry that I keep getting these notifications. I'm a moderator on my homeowners association Facebook group, and if any of you guys have ever been on a homeowners association Facebook page, you know how nasty those things can get. So people were having an uproar about something. I was getting these notifications. Anyway, so it distracted me. I'm sorry. Thank you, Callie. Yeah, so you don't, some couples don't need scripting. Some of them you get a lot of producer driven stuff. Others you don't. Like it's a combo. It's like a mix, depending. Like Blake and Jasmine were scripted. Like we're entirely like scripted this whole time. And what's crazy is that was super boring, right? And it's because they're real safe. The real stuff is even more boring than what we saw. Good, Arlene. You found it and subscribed. Good. Yeah. Ask Talker about HOAs. People can be petty. And yeah, so this was a thread. Somebody had put their garbage out too soon. Like they put it out on Wednesday when trash was on Thursday. And so somebody took a picture and like garbage shamed them, and then the thread just took off and it became insane. And I guess earlier someone was complaining, and so we had to like decide whether it was violating the rules, the posting, and then I guess it got out of hand, and then now we had to actually pull the thread down. So say the other moderators. So French girl and the MMA guy totally scripted. Yeah, that was yeah, they were totally garbage shaming him. It's like they put their garbage out on the wrong day. We go into all of the Marcel stuff. Kazi 13, we go into all of the Marcel things. I think this most recent episode, no, the episode before that. Kelly Zimmer, get in here and tell her what episode we talk about the Marcel probably going back. How often do I go live? I go live every Friday night. Albriana. I do this every Friday night at 10 o'clock. It is, Friday Night Live. Usually we have more to talk about because we usually talk about the gossip of the week, but there's not anything to talk about right now. What do I think about the new Instagram for 90 Day? They just opened and so they're late. Yeah, they're a little late to the game, but I found them like a week or so ago. They hadn't really posted anything yet, but I found them. I was like, because I'm always like searching, 90 Day hashtags and this and that and the other thing. And so I found them like a week ago, and I started tagging them just to see if they, if they pick up any of my shit. So, and then I also, I save all these. I save all the lives. They save in my stories for 24 hours. And then I upload them to YouTube. Kelly, I'm not sure about Caesar being an actor, because he's not that good. I think Marcel actually did fly back to Turkey, yes. Antonio and Courtney, I think they were real, yes. At least from her perspective. Their friends are very artistic pictures. Completely unrelated. I've seen a picture of Antonio's dick, so way too much 90 Day dick. The new season in the Rap Star. Oh, you mean the Nigerian guy? Yeah. 90 Day Con. Oh, I should organize it for the super fans. No. Not another penis gate, no. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I have dick pics. I have so many dick pics and videos, you guys. Why didn't Jasmine stay with her sister for storyline purposes? They wouldn't have a storyline if Jasmine stayed with her sister. Crazy Tom's content. Didn't he say he was going to be off of Instagram? And now he's back on. How do I get the dick pics? People send them to me. Not the people who are the owners of the dicks. Other people. Jasmine did not target Blake to be near her sister, according to them. Tom actually sent me a message, a DM today, wishing me a happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, so Jasmine and Blake met before her sister won the green card lottery. So, yeah. Not the owners of the dicks, yeah. What can I tell you about the new season, new cast? Okay, so what I know about the new season is that everybody, like almost, so who am I? Heather, are you new? Just a big fan of the show? Oh, settle down, Hanakawa. Is she laughing at something? Can someone explain to Heather who I am? Okay, so everybody on the new show, at least one half of the couples say, are trying to be like Insta famous or whatever. Like Stephanie and Erica, she already is like a legit YouTuber. She has a YouTube page. She's legit. Mr. No Neck, he's trying to like make a Twitch show happen, like a cooking show on Twitch happen. They're all in some shape or form like social media mavens. And I don't know if they did that like going, oh, well, the cast is all going to try to do this anyway, so let's get people who are already doing it, so maybe the relationship will be real. I don't know. I'm not sure. So that's what I can tell. Yeah, no one asked for that. Yeah, he has a Twitch channel, and he's trying to make, like, cooking happen. If any of you guys have watched his Twitch stuff, I have not yet. I think Hanakawa has been doing that. She's doing the real research on this. You twitch when I see him. Yeah, there's medication for that, Sarah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's kind of what I know. I mean, I did. Yeah, Hanakawa. You go and you watch all this crazy shit, so I don't have to. And you tell me about it. I'm the Nancy Drew of TLC. Yeah. I had to go back and see what you guys were saying, because I didn't look. So I'll get distracted. You guys know how distracted I am. Someone say dicks. Oh, yeah. So, Heather, to go back to your question, who am I? I am frauded by TLC. Basically, I pulled the curtain back on the reality of the 90-day world and all the spinoffs, and we give you like the real story behind it. Would I get a frauded tattoo? What? So I tell the real story behind it. We do investigative work. We also, I have a podcast called The Fraudcast, and Hanakawa is my co-host on that. You'll see her. She's also my sort of graphic designer. She's designing a bunch of new, she and her man are designing a bunch of new merch that I'm very excited about. Who found the Frauded by TLC name? That was me. We were originally Follow My Fraudy Tale because we were about John and Rachel, and they had a page that was Follow My Fairy Tale, and I was like, no, I won't. So, and then after that season ended, I switched it to Frauded by TLC, and it's just been that ever since. Big pimpin' at their store. I'm guessing TLC paid for the birthday party at Monkey Joe's. People are always asking about your frauded pop socket. Oh, you actually use it? Yay! Good. What happened to the other Jamaican guy and the nurse? Hey, Publix has good cakes. Don't knock Publix cakes. I don't know what Jamaican guy and the nurse you're talking about. Are you talking about Kaya? The merch part of my website is down. I could, if you DM me, I can probably arrange for it. Oh. Is the coffee I need more of? No, this is, it's 10:30 at night. I'm not drinking coffee. Wegmans sparkling water with lemon this week. You guys need to, start asking me what flavor of Wegmans sparkling water I'm drinking this week, because that's all I ever drink. These. Oh, Devar and Melanie. I follow them. They're still running. Erica! You guys, Glitterbuggin is Erica from the upcoming season. You guys are asking about the new season? Here is Erica. She's super sweet. I've talked to her. I'm very excited about the their story, because they're the first same-sex couple on yeah. I am in Alexandria, Virginia. There's a Wegmans, like, right across the street from me. You're in Rochester, so you are near, Sarah of Love After Lockup. You can't leave. We're sucking you in. It's like a vortex. So, so I've been frauded by TLC for over a year, and, and I'm just, I've been growing and growing. The more they fraud, the more I grow, I guess. I don't know. Yes, we're huge Bills fans. Hey, huge Bills fans in this house. That's a lunchbox. But we're also Giants fans in this house. You show off your little collar. So you have seen Sarah out. That's awesome. Yeah, but I have some credentials that make me more than just a fan. Yeah, like at some point I developed a reputation for my investigative work, and also sort of my ethics when it comes to this stuff, because I only post stuff that I've been able to verify. I don't just post rumors or whatever, like gossip. Like I I've developed the page, and the sort of the reputation is that I not only do I have like inside sources, I have a lot of like just various sources. We'll just leave it at that. I never reveal my sources, but I get information, inside information, and I also verify all my information. So, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a lawyer is my day job. And so I'm not litigating anymore. My standard on the stuff that I post is like, can I defend this in a courtroom? Is there enough support for this? That evidence has to be like, I'm not going to post something if the evidence doesn't support it. Sometimes I can post the receipts with it, but a lot of times I can't, because that would give away my source, and I will never do that. There's a lot of information I have that I can't ever post because it would give away, or the source has asked me not to share that information. And I honor and respect that. So, so I mean, I post stuff that is verified, or if I'm not 100% sure on it, I'll say that. I'll say it's like alleged, somebody told me this, but I haven't been able to verify it. So when we get information, or when we start searching, like, we do investigative work on it, and we make sure that whatever it is supported. What's the biggest story I've discovered? Well, I'm the one that broke the Submit is Married storyline. I broke that before they showed it on TV, so that was kind of big. We also are the ones that discovered, too many. I was going to say Tim's story, because TLC didn't even know that. Yes, I believe Marcel really left. And we have, it is, but he got a new visa. It's all still up there. All of my stuff is all still up there, but, So, I learned about Tim and Jennifer having, they met before the show. They met in Mexico, decided they didn't like each other, and then the show called, and they decided to pretend like they had never met and everything. Puts a whole new spin on what you see on TV when you know that they've actually already met. Yeah, I rarely ever delete posts, so all of my old stuff is still up. If I have learned of new information that changes something, I will post a new, an update one, update post with, the information. I did that with John and Rachel. Marcel's story was only interesting to me from a visa perspective, because the nuances of how that worked, of how he was able to do that, fascinated me. And for those of you guys who know, we have a former visa officer sort of on staff at the broadcast. He's our special contributor, Agent C. And he gives us all the inside intel on the visa issues. One of my favorite couples is Kyle and Noon from season 3. Yeah, Rebecca was divorced. Yeah, her divorce went through. I don't know. I don't follow Tim, so. Agent F for frauded. I like it. What's funny is he's not even on Instagram at all. Oh, my boob's itchy. I'm due for a mammogram on that boob, too. Just that side. What happened to Ricky? God knows. I don't care what happened to Ricky. The beekeepers met on a beekeeping Facebook group. because that's the thing. Yeah, so, agency is really only on Reddit. His girlfriend is on Instagram, because when I reached out to him and he and I started talking on Reddit about him appearing on the podcast, apparently he told his girlfriend, who's like, oh my God, I'm a huge Frauded by TLC fan. So she's over here. And then they came to my house. They came to my house and she played with Snack Pack and Lunchbox while we recorded. Oh, you'd like to see her visit over there? Yeah. If I make my mammogram, okay. So, yeah. So I'm on the every 6 month plan, like really invasive plus ultrasound plan, because I have calcification in my breast. I also had a reduction a number of years ago, so there's a lot of scar tissue, and I've had very dense breasts. So it always ends up that I go in for my yearly mammogram, which I've been doing for a number of years, and they're like, there's something there. So I end up on every 6 months I have to go in and get looked at. And I actually saw a breast specialist this summer who agreed that I should get seen every 6 months for now, just to keep an eye on the calcification, because the calcification that's in my breast is not in and of itself a problem, but it can be indicative of a problem. So they're keeping a close eye on it just to make sure there's nothing that's growing. So I get my boobs looked at in depth, not just like the screening one, but like the diagnostic, invasive, super in depth. Then they go and they do the ultrasound, fun stuff. So feel your boobies. That's my PSA, you guys. Feel your boobies. I also just went to the lady doctor the other day, so she's like, go get your mammogram. I'm like, okay. So, you guys, I talked about this on my Patreon, but I'm going to talk about it here. So I went to my lady doctor the other day, and I had this form to fill out that was talking about, like, do you leak urine when you, what? You have 3 nipples, Jenny, from the it was asking me if I leak urine when I sneeze and those kinds of things. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, is this because I'm 45? Like, did I hit an age block now that, like, I have to answer these questions? No, apparently there's this company now that does, like, personal training on your vagina to help you strengthen those muscles so that you don't pee when you sneeze anymore. Yeah. I'm this third nipple. Stay on top. See, I'm seeing everybody stay on top of your mammograms. Yeah. I'll make my appointment on Monday. I promise. Or no, Tuesday, because Monday's a holiday. Yeah, so they, like, these are non-surgical things where, like, Kegels, but they do them for you by DM. They, like, come in and do them for you, apparently, because I'm like, that's how you have to fix that shit, right? And she's like, yeah, basically. I'm like, what, do they just come in and, like, put stuff up in your cooch to do the Kegels for you? And she's like, yeah. So it's like a personal trainer for your vagina. And so I'm like, okay, I'm doing it for the podcast, you guys. I'm gonna do it. Coochie workout. Yeah. I'm gonna do it for the podcast. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna see what they're gonna call me. Apparently I'm a perfect candidate for it. And they're gonna call me and set it up, and I'm gonna go to the office and spread them and be like, all right, what are you gonna do? It's a form of physical therapy for my vagina. Yeah. So,
I hear you talking about your vagina.
I'm talking about my personal trainer for my vagina that I'm going to have.
What?
I told you about this. If you listen to the Patreon that you edit, you would know.
I'm not a Patreon member. What are we doing? Hi, guys.
Look at that shirt I'm wearing.
Aww. 24 and P when I sneeze. Oh boy, I've walked in quite the conversation.
Yes, we're talking about personal training for my vagina.
Wonderful.
Who is this? There's a lot of people.
Hi, Jenny FR from the block. Jenny from the block.
She has a third nipple. apparently.
Okay. Hi, Kelly.
We have a lot of new people here tonight, so I had to explain who I was. This is my HeteroLifeMate.
Hi.
How do you feel about my VAD training?
I don't know much about it. Hello, hate to cook. Hi, hate to cook. I like figuring out the screen names. I don't know much about it. We haven't really talked too much about it, so.
Because he hasn't listened to the episode, even though he produced it, he hasn't listened to it.
Right. Hi, everybody. Oh, everybody's saying hi to me.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
He also produces the podcast, and he's the voice.
Yeah, it's me. Hoo-ha Olympics. Gold medal winner right here.
We were also earlier talking about the scale for blowjobs, like
There's a scale?
of quality.
Oh, okay. Am I happy with the veg right now? Are you asking me or her?
She's asking you.
How do you know? Badge of Steel. I have a voice request. Oh, Hanakawa has a voice request for me.
For your fetish website.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do I do fetish websites now?
HLM the voice.
Yeah. Oy vey is right, Kelly. My goodness.
It's for Hanakawa After Dark.
Third nipples are more common than you know. I had mine removed. My
daughter, probably.
Oh, has one also. Okay. I love that you do this together, family. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't really bust the fraud. I'm just there to make sure that you guys can hear it when she busts it. You keep your third nipple, Jenny from the block. It's yours. God blessed you with a third nipple. So you keep that thing. You know a guy who's 3 balls, okay? 3 balls, no strikes. That's a take. Yes, I do. I can do relationship advice. I don't like the voice in podcast. Sorry, too manly voice for me. Oh, okay, no problem.
When she busted.
No worries.
When I busted. When I bust the fraud, get it.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Baby Frauded? He's at an improv competition tonight.
So, Hanakawa, what's your voice request? I need practice.
Hanakawa After Dark.
Hanakawa.
Can you do
No, I'd have to. You know what I need to do?
This is what I asked you to do the other day.
I need a glass of whiskey, a couple of glasses of whiskey, and maybe a cigar first.
We don't have any of that.
I know. Do I do impersonate? No, not really. Oh, it's a DM. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Arlene0910.
She's new. She's brand new. She just found the podcast.
Hi, Arlene. Arlene, do you live in the 910? Do you know
Yes.
where the 910 is?
It's Rochester. We talked about this already.
No, the 910 is not Rochester. I hope you do radio or voiceover.
He works in radio.
Don't tell my secrets.
He works in radio.
Do I watch 90 Day 2? Sometimes. I know some of the people. I don't know if I know the newer people. Oh, she's drinking vodka and smoking a cigar. See, maybe Jenny can do the voice.
910 is North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who knows the 910? Brittany 89, are you a 910
Do you remember
girl?
talking to her before?
Who, Brittany 89?
Yes, you had this whole conversation with her last time you were on.
I did?
Because you were like, when were you born? And I'm like, I'm guessing 89.
No, 910 is not Raleigh. That's 919. 910 is Wilmington, Fayetteville, Vietnam, if you call it that.
Yeah, you had this whole
base
conversation with her last time.
Sanford.
Yes.
Oh, right, Sanford. That's right. Sanford. Yep. Lita, the Hardy Boys.
Right.
My buddy Brandon.
Right.
Wesley Chapel, Florida. Okay. Fayetteville. Yes, Fayetteville's part of 910. Am I from there, Kelly? I went to college in Wilmington. I went to UNCW. Yeah, Fayetteville's part of the 910. Wilmington is Jacksonville, New Bern, I think. Maybe. New Bern. 503 is Oregon. Oh, I love Oregon. Turn Lace, do you live in Oregon? Or do you know Oregon? I went to Eugene, Oregon one time for work, and they were like the nicest people. Oh, happy Valentine's to you too, Lisa Nicole _Young. Turn Lace, Oregon. Hudson, Florida in the house. Yeah, Hudson, Florida. You are in Wilmington. Oh my gosh. Explains UNCW. Yeah.
Wings up.
Wings up, baby. Run, defend, win. We're in. Well, I don't know. You don't want to get too technical. You don't want to tell me too much, but Wilmington. I lived there for like 10 years, so I lived all over, but mostly all near all the college. But the best place I had was right downtown by the river, walking distance to the bars. It was awesome. 404 is Georgia. Yep. Now we're doing area codes.
Everybody's giving you their digits.
Thank you.
Everyone's giving you
Man,
their
I'm
digits.
getting a lot of digits here on maybe I'll get lucky on Valentine's night. North End near Hampstead. Yeah, I know Hampstead. Absolutely. Near Ogden, Hampstead, all that area. Absolutely, I know that part. Freezing cold Connecticut here. Connecticut's pretty nice. Krista Oyola. Boston. Sorry, I'm not a Boston fan.
703. That's here.
703, that's where we live. Do you live near us? Hate to cook?
Did I just send you like some stickers? I just sent stickers to somebody in Arlington.
How has Hall's Valentine's been?
Y'all's.
Pretty good. I had to work. We both had to work today. She worked from home. Mm-hmm. You woke up to a nice little present on your dresser.
I did. I was telling him about it. Oh, shit. We're going to get cut off here soon.
That always happens when I come up here. Maybe I just time it right.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll come back on. It's fine.
Okay. Oxnard, California.
I lived there briefly.
I know Oxnard, California is where the Dallas Cowboys have training camp. Useless info in this head here. You live in Ruston. Okay. Hate to cook. We're down near Fort Belvoir. But we're not military.
Okay, yeah, I'll start over.
We'll start over.
We'll come right back.
We'll be back.
Bye.
Stay tuned.